So I put you inside the committee room tonight. What do you spit out 1 through 4, DJ?
Well, for me, this is who I think the best 4 teams are. Is how I would do it. I would go. Like Alabama is a no-brainer at number 1. I would still go Ohio State at 2. I would go Michigan at 3, and I would go Louisville at 4. I think those are the 4 best teams. Now, obviously, that game, Big Ten game is going to probably end up kicking one of those teams out. So I don't think we're going to end up with the best 4 teams in the playoff when it's all said and done. But just off my eye test, those are the 4 best teams.
But what about the idea that Clemson beat Louisville, and that it should not even matter who you think is an eye test, that results matter here?
Yeah, I mean, I watched that game along with everybody else. I thought Louisville was not at their best. I thought Clemson, I hate to use the word that they were lucky to get out of there with the win. It's at home, and I thought the way Louisville kind of kicked into gear, they were rolling. The clock ended. They lost the game. I don't pretend that they didn't, but I still left that game thinking Louisville was a better football team, and I think in my opinion, they're much better at the quarterback position.
So, what's the chances that Houston throws a monkey wrench in this whole thing in a couple days against Louisville?
Well, I mean, look, Louisville. I watched their game on tape the other day against Wake Forest, and they just kind of flopped around, but they're so dang explosive. They slop around for 3.5 quarters. There was like 8 minutes left in the game, and it was a 2-point game. And next thing you know, they end up winning by like 30 points. So I mean, I think they're very much Houston can keep it close, but I just think to hold that offense in check for 4 quarters is darn near impossible.
Daniel Jeremiah here on the Rich Eisen Show. So which team do you think can give Alabama its best shot here?
Well, I mean, if you look historically, pocket quarterbacks have no shot against them, right? Everybody that's beaten Alabama has had a guy that can really run around. So from that standpoint, I think you probably look at Ohio State and Louisville. It's guys that can challenge them and make them defend a mobile passer. It's hard, like Washington, if they were to get back in there. It was funny, I had a scout call me after he had just visited Michigan, and he said if Michigan and Alabama play, he said it will be a 9-6 game. I mean, there's just so much defensive talent out there. So I think that would be a competitive game. It's just when you look historically, if you don't have a quarterback that can really run around, nobody beats that team.
Well, I guess Jim Harbaugh's quarterback whisperer reputation will have to be put to the test here, right? Where he's got a transfer from Houston last year, and John O'Korn, who got beat out by Wilton Spate. It does appear that it's going to be his Big Ten championship to win at this point, right, DJ?
Yeah, no, that's what it looks like. And I think if you're a Michigan fan, you look at your rival and look at what Ohio State did when they had their quarterback injuries with Braxton Miller and J.T. Barrett, how that turned out. So I don't think there's any reason to lose hope. I mean, we don't know what we have in this kid. We don't know what he's going to do. I know one thing. You follow USC, and when they made a quarterback change, it wasn't necessarily a bad thing.
How good is he? How good is this kid?
Sam Darnold is really good.
Yeah.
He is really good. I mean, he has got that. He's a dynamic quarterback, and normally you use that word talking about somebody that really runs all over the place. I mean, he's got a dynamic arm. In short areas, he gets out of trouble. It's never too big for him. He is a really, really good player.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.